good one here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Tennessee Titans. On the visitor sideline, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. His guys ready to get this one going. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys, on the other hand, came out on top in their opener, so they'll try to make it to 2-0 to start the new year. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. McCarthy off the play fake. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Here's McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson. So here's a 3rd and 14. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Looking to put a drive together. To throw, here's Ward. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He was defended by Emmanuel Mosley.
Play action now, Ward. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Slant route, and he's got Addison. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And the Vikings.
Throwing is McCarthy. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
Jordan Addison. 8 yards on the pickup.
On the give, it's Mason. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. To the air with McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy hit a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, Ward. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And here's a give to Spears. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 138 yards.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Ward. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. defensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. A handoff to start the drive to Mason. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 23, here's a 2nd and 5. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the ball short here on 3rd down. This defense for the Titans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On play action, McCarthy. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll hand it to Mason. And a good burst there, gets him 7 up to midfield. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's another Vikings 1st down. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Minnesota.
On play action, now McCarthy. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and
looking to throw McCarthy. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. Play fake. Here's Ward. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he's up in it after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Ward. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Incomplete. Ivan Pace on the coverage.
From the gun, here's Ward. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. The
Titans at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
From the gun on third down, Ward. He's got the open man. It's Eilmanner. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. That one good for 24 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Hand off to Spears. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
36-yard line.
Now Ward. They'll set up the screen for Spears. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Ward. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
To throw is Ward. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Titans have got it back to within a score. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense set to go again. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And the Titans, first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing now, Ward. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now out comes Minnesota. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
McCarthy off the play fake. Complete to Addison on the out route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. McCarthy operating from the gun. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. On the ground, here comes Mason. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
2nd and 10. Here's McCarthy. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Now McCarthy. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds. And obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 17-14. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Over the middle, he's going to find Iomanner. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he is caught. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing is Ward. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. That's to the tight end, Helm. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will Week 2 bring? Let's dive in. Our trip through the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium. The Giants at home to take on the LA Rams. And it's Kyren Williams. Spots an opening, capitalizes on it, 15 yards for the touchdown. The Rams get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. Next, let's go to Landover, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital. Looking in on the Commanders, they're hosting the Detroit Lions. And it's Jared Goff. A 4-yard touchdown pass in the box score. This one's at halftime now, and it's the Lions have the lead at the half in a battle of teams looking to avoid starting 0-2. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And this is Lamar Jackson. He connects here on a 36-yard touchdown. This one's gone to the half, all even at 10 apiece. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. In the game you're watching, it's been tight throughout, a field goal separating these two sides through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
3rd and 7.
To throw, here's Ward. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Fielded at about the 28. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing is McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. 3rd and 2.
To T.J. Hockenson. That's a gain of 8.
Addison will go in motion left. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Looking to throw. Ward. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
And 17.
Operating from the gun. Ward. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, this whole line, they've had trouble with a pass rush all game long. This time it cost him 2 points.
I mean, you've got a quarterback back there who's running for his life, and he's had no time to throw the football. They've sacked him time and again, and this time they do it in the end zone.
You said it, partner. No time. None whatsoever. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And this will be taken at the 13. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. To the air with McCarthy. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. DK to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Titans getting set to go. Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, so they'll try again as they start 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Play action now, Ward. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Play action. It's Ward. That's into the hands of Iomanner. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Now an option play on second down. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
That's another Titans first down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw in that play with a loss. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal with some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door.
14 yards. That's good for a Titans first down.
Pollard is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Spears is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now out comes Minnesota. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
On play action, now McCarthy. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Baron Browning just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. The Vikings, first down. 1st and 10.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Looking to throw McCarthy. Pass complete to Addison.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. McCarthy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. McCarthy.
He gets it to Addison.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Here's Ward.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings offense and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. Dancing away at the 35. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On play action, McCarthy. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On the run is Mason.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Jonathan Grenard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Ward from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with Mason. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Vikings 1st down. A gain of 12. And the Vikings 1st down.
Defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
So here is Cam Ward and the Titans
down by 2, 2:25 remaining. And they need at least 30 yards, you'd have to think, here to move the football to have a shot. Now Ward. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ward. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw is Ward. Oh, that is incomplete. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Again, it's Ward.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8.
He's back to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
26-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So now it's the Vikings' turn, trailing by a point after the made field goal. A little over 80 ticks to go. Now their lead is evaporated, but they still have a shot on first down.
We'll get back to Charbonnet.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Third and
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
They'll set up the screen for Spears.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for the Titans, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.